Don't ignore warnings. The newlyweds, Claire and Jason, were buzzing with excitement as they arrived at the remote national park. At the ranger station, an older man with hollow cheeks and eyes like storm clouds stepped forward. "Stay on the trails," he said, his voice gravelly, "and don't go near the hot springs. They've taken enough." Jason snorted. "Taken?" The ranger's gaze sharpened. "Stay on the trails." They laughed it off as they started their hike, the forest swallowing them in silence. The path wound through thick pines, their towering forms blotting out the sun. Mist clung to the ground, curling like pale fingers around their boots. Hours in, Jason spotted it, a plume of steam rising through the trees below. "Hot springs," he said, already veering off the path. Claire hesitated. "Jason, maybe we shouldn't." "Relax, it'll be fun." Reluctantly, she followed. They scrambled down the slope, emerging into a small clearing. The springs shimmered, inviting, their waters ringed by smooth black stones. A rotting wooden sign leaned against a tree. "Danger, keep out." Jason stripped his shirt and plunged in with a laugh. "Come on, babe." Claire knelt at the edge, uneasy. The forest felt wrong, too quiet. The air around her seemed heavier, thicker. "Jason, I don't think..." "Don't think," he interrupted, floating on his back. "Just enjoy it." Finally, she slid in. The heat was almost intoxicating, melting the tension in her muscles. But then she felt it, something brushing her leg. "Jason," she whispered, her pulse spiking. "Something's..." Her words died as Jason's face contorted. He looked down, eyes widening. Black tendrils coiled around his legs, slick and glistening, pulling him under. "Jason!" Claire lunged, grabbing for him, but he disappeared with a gurgling scream. The water stilled, ripples fading into glass. She stumbled backward, heart pounding, then froze. The rocks weren't rocks anymore. They were faces, human faces, their mouths open in silent screams. The earth shuddered beneath her. The pool began to churn, the water darkening to an inky black. A low whisper rose, hundreds of voices blending into a single wordless moan. Claire scrambled out, her hands clawing at the ground as she tried to flee. But the earth pulsed like a living thing, soft and slick, squelching under her hands. Shadows moved in the trees, watching, shifting, inching closer. She didn't stop crawling until she reached the ranger station, collapsing against the door. The ranger glanced up as she dragged herself inside, her clothes torn, her skin streaked with black ooze. "Didn't stay on the trail," he said flatly. Behind her, the door creaked open. A wet, slithering sound filled the room, followed by a whisper that made her blood freeze. "You can't leave."